I see the foundations as a gift that affords the parish with opportunities to be transformed by relationships. Members of St. Luke's get to see and feel the connection we have with our neighbors in the beloved community, near and distant. My name is Dora Mboye Sango, and I have been a member of St. Luke's from around 2000, and I have served on the vestry twice, and I am a new member of the Foundation's Board of Trustees. I see the spirit moving in St. Luke's and the Foundations, especially in the enhancement of the relationship, trusting relationship between the trustees and the vestry, which is able to get the congregation to work together in the mission of doing the work of the beloved community.
We're celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. The St. Luke's Episcopal Church Foundation was founded in 1973, and it had the three funds: one to support the church, one the community, and one to do what we called at that time foreign mission work. My name's Edward Norville. I've grown up at St. Luke's Episcopal Church. I'm on the St. Luke's Foundation board, and this is the third time I've been on the board. I was there in the early 2000s and also in the 1990s. The funds were pretty well balanced through the 70s and 80s, but Dr. Marsh left a huge bequest to the foundation. He passed away in 1991. Well, that kind of changed the balance of the foundation assets. He left several $1 million primarily to fund B, which was purely foreign mission work at that time. And so that's why we've been able to literally send hundreds of thousands of dollars across the world to do this mission work, what we now call companionship work. But so my father, being an old time, grew up at St. Luke's, he was on the vestry and knew the needs of the church itself, was a little, he thought the funds ought to be more balanced. Actually, I think if it were up to him, he would have the foundation be nothing but an endowment for the church. And so that was his outlook, and I think other people shared that. But of course, we had to honor Dr. Marsh's wishes that the money be spent around the world. And I think his stated reason was he thought that the people of St. Luke's should support St. Luke's, and that we should do good work throughout the world. But since then, things have changed, and we still have great needs, not only at this church, but also in our community. Needs they did not necessarily have in the days of textile supremacy in Salisbury, North Carolina, where a lot of needs, local needs, were taken care of by cone mills, cannon mills, the different mills. And so things change, things evolve, and so we're looking at perhaps rebalancing, or we're looking at how we disperse our funds in the future. It's been very interesting for me through the years to see the different projects we've been involved in.
One project I was particularly excited about was a solar lighting project in the villages of Uganda. In Africa, there's very little electric infrastructure, and so by providing solar lighting to these remote villages in Uganda, it not only provides light for children to read by at night, but also the opportunity to recharge the cell phones and stuff, because cell phones are ubiquitous in Africa. So I was very excited about that project. We helped several schools in Niger to construct new latrines equipped with facilities for menstrual health and hygiene, enabling girls to be comfortable and able to remain at school. We also provided sanitation kits to individual girls to meet their needs for an entire year. The Holy Cross Anglican School of San Pedro, Belize is a school we have been involved with for years and helped build. Amidst the pandemic, we facilitated remote learning and addressed food insecurity for over 100 families twice per month. There's a school in Guatemala, Graces, that we've supported through the years. It focuses on providing education and relief services for impoverished children and adolescents near Antigua. Another project we're involved in was in Rome, St. Paul's Within the Walls, an Episcopal church in Rome that's supporting mainly African refugees who are flooding, of course, Southern Europe, including Italy, and just providing basic support, food, clothing, blankets, as well as a place to sleep. There was an exciting tree planting project we're involved in Kenya. We aided several groups in reforesting degraded forests and establishing tree nurseries to grow and sell seedlings to nearby farmers. This effort helped bring employment, health care, and education benefits to the local community. Another project we've been involved in was with the Episcopal Church's work in Jerusalem. There's a school, a Christian school in Jerusalem that of course allows Christians and Palestinians to attend, and we've helped build a playground there, as well as helped give support to children with disabilities in the West Bank.
So just lots of really interesting things, and it's just wonderful reading these applications and seeing how much gratitude the recipients have for what we do and how much of a difference we can make with the foundation.
St. Luke's has described itself as a church that feeds people for many years. Matthew 25 says we are to help those in need. My name is Barbara Perry. I've been a member of St. Luke's for about 40-some years and probably have served in every capacity because I want to be involved, and I believe what happens outside the doors is as important as what happens inside. I have been senior warden. I have been on the vestry. I have been chair of many committees. I have also been a member of the foundation, which we're talking about the 50th anniversary. I thoroughly enjoyed being a member and learned a lot about how it works and what it does for the community and the foreign missions and for this building. In 2016, the St. Luke's Foundation funded a program called Stop Hunger Now that came as a request from the Mission Committee. It's now called Rise Against Hunger. And what this did was bring the members of our church and others in the community to work together to do 16,000 meals and see the work that the church does, that the foundation does. And it didn't matter what your age was. You could be an older person or a younger person, but people enjoyed it, and it even gave students their community service projects for schools. But I had students tell me how much they loved this instead of trying to find something. And so we continued it from 2016 until the pandemic. And then we are starting back again this year. When we do complete this, we will have done 100,000 meals. which is nothing compared to the hunger in the world, but for our church, it's a very good thing. So when we do this, it will be a big step for us, and we will still continue to do it and work on the next 100,000. So I would say that the fact that the foundation also has funded Rowan Helping Ministries, Meals on Wheels, organizations like that, that helped me have a lot of respect for the foundation and what it does. As chairman of the mission committee, I have asked and have gotten good responses. If we could work with Rowan Helping Ministries and other organizations about at least trying to do something with homelessness and affordable housing. I know that Rowan Helping Ministries has started this as one of their goals, and we would like to be involved, and this would give us, as a mission committee of volunteers and the St. Luke's Foundation as a group of volunteers, to work together towards one of the worst problems each community has, and that is affordable housing. And so that's what I hope that we're talking about it now, and going to talk with Rowan Helping Ministries about how we could help and what our role might be. And I'm very encouraged about that.
A justice and mercy focus would shift the foundation's process from seeking good projects to fund to seeking ways to build and enhance relationships with companions. We will get to do the work that is reflected in interdependence relationships with our companions, that we get to learn from one another and to be concerned with one another's health and success and effectiveness in ministry. Well, I am excited to be a member of St. Luke's and also to be on the trustee of the foundations in the year that we celebrate our work together in ministry, locally, globally, and nationally. And I am looking forward for the next 50 years or 100 years of that good work and development and transformation of St. Luke's.